Welcome back everyone to our financial deep dive session. Today we are looking at a company that's practically a household name in India for local search, Just Dial.
That's right. Just Dial Limited, the company behind India's #1 local search engine, connecting users with businesses across countless cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, and many more. They've just released their numbers for the financial year 2025.
Exactly. So, we are looking at the audited financial results for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025. The board approved these results on April 18th, 2025. Now, an important point right off the bat, these are standalone results, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Note 7 in their report confirms that their wholly owned subsidiary, MYJD Private Limited, was actually struck off and dissolved back in June 2024. Since they don't have any other subsidiaries or associates requiring consolidation, we're purely looking at the standalone performance of Just Dial Limited itself.
Got it. So, no consolidated versus standalone juggling today. Let's dive straight into the key financials for the full year, financial year 25 versus financial year 24. How did the revenue look?
Okay, looking at the full year, net revenue from operations for FY25 came in at 1,141.93 crore rupees. That's a pretty decent jump from the 1,042.91 crore rupees they reported in FY24. So healthy top-line growth there.
Nice growth on the revenue front. What about profitability? Let's talk EBITDA first. Did they report that?
They don't explicitly list EBITDA in the main statement, but we can calculate a proxy by taking profit before tax and adding back finance costs and depreciation, amortization. For FY25, PBT was 664.15 crore rupees. Adding back finance costs of 10.51 crore rupees and depreciation of 47.26 crore rupees, we get an approximate EBITDA of 721.92 crore rupees.
And how does that compare to last year FY24?
Let's see. FY24 PBT was 466.49 crore rupees. Add back finance costs of 9.28 crore rupees and depreciation of 46.17 crore rupees. That gives us an approximate EBITDA of 521.94 crore rupees for FY24. So a very significant jump in EBITDA year over year.
That's a substantial increase in EBITDA. Let's look further down. How did the profit before tax PBT and profit after tax PAT shape up for the full year?
The PBT, as mentioned, showed strong growth, hitting 664.15 crore rupees in FY25, up significantly from 466.49 crore rupees in FY24. And the profit after tax followed suit, reaching 584.20 crore rupees in FY25. A big increase from 362.85 crore rupees in FY24.
That's impressive growth on the profit lines. And earnings per share EPS?
The basic EPS for FY25 stood at 68.70 rupees, quite a jump from 42.71 rupees in FY24. Diluted EPS also showed similar strong growth.
Okay, solid performance across the board. Now I noticed on the statement, other income seems quite large. What's driving that?
You're right, other income is a significant contributor. For the full year FY25, it was 386.54 crore rupees compared to 305.46 crore rupees in FY24. Note 8 gives us the breakdown. A large chunk of this comes from fair value gains on financial instruments measured at fair value through profit and loss, and also profit on the sale of investments. Specifically for FY25, the fair value gain was 341.75 crore rupees and profit on sale of investments was 11.26 crore rupees.
So a good portion of the overall income isn't just from their core search operations but also from their treasury or investment activities. What about the most recent quarter, Q4 FY25? Any highlights there?
Yes, the results also provide figures for the quarter ended March 31st, 2025. It's important to remember, as per Note 3, these quarterly figures are balancing figures. That said, Q4 FY25 showed strong year-over-year growth too. Net revenue was 289.20 crore rupees versus 270.27 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. PAT was 157.60 crore rupees versus 115.65 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. So the growth momentum continued in the last quarter.
Okay, focusing back on the full year, with that strong PAT growth and the revenue increase, how do the profitability margins look?
They look very healthy and have improved significantly. The net profit margin for FY25 comes out to roughly 51.2%, that's 584.20 crore PAT, divided by 1141.93 crore net revenue. This is a substantial improvement from FY24's margin of around 34.8%. And the approximate EBITDA margin we calculated for FY25 is around 63.2%, up from about 50.0% in FY24. Very strong margins.
Those are indeed very strong margins. Were there any exceptional items reported that might have skewed these results?
No, there were no exceptional items reported for either FY25 or FY24. This suggests the profits we are seeing are from the regular course of business and investment activities, making the results relatively clean.
Good to know. Let's glance at the balance sheet as of March 31st, 2025. Any major takeaways on the company's financial health?
The balance sheet looks quite robust. Total equity has increased significantly to 4,606.50 crore rupees from 4,023.50 crore rupees last year, mainly due to retained earnings. On the asset side, the big story is the increase in current assets, driven primarily by a jump in financial assets investments, which now stand at a massive 4,968.29 crore rupees. They also have healthy cash and bank balances totaling over 310.31 crore rupees, combining cash equivalents and other bank balances. Liabilities seem well managed. Overall, a very healthy equity-heavy balance sheet with significant investments.
And what about the cash flow for the year?
The cash flow statement is also quite revealing. Net cash flow from operating activities was very strong at 311.49 crore rupees for FY25, a good increase from 259.22 crore rupees in FY24. This shows strong cash generation from the core business and its related activities.
Where did that cash go?
A significant portion went into investing activities, which saw a net outflow of 290.03 crore rupees. This was mainly due to the net effect of purchasing and selling investments, and also placing 300 crore rupees in fixed deposits. Financing activities saw a smaller outflow of 28.84 crore rupees, primarily for the payment of lease liabilities. So strong operating cash flows being channeled into investments and managing lease obligations. Despite the strong generation, the overall cash and cash equivalents decreased slightly during the year by 7.38 crore rupees, ending at 10.30 crore rupees.
Okay, now usually we discuss segment performance here, but for Just Dial?
As per Note 4, Just Dial operates in a single reporting segment, which they define as search and search-related services. So there's no further breakdown available or required. The entire performance we've discussed pertains to this single segment.
So summarizing the overall performance for FY25, strong growth across revenue and profits, significantly improved margins, healthy balance sheet bolstered by investments, and robust operating cash flow. Any other significant notes or events we should touch upon?
We've covered the main ones: the confirmation of standalone results due to the subsidiaries dissolution, Note 7, and the significant contribution and nature of other income from investments, Note 8. There was also a minor allotment of about 4,375 equity shares under their ESOP scheme during the year, but that's standard operational stuff.
Now a crucial part, the auditor's report. What did Deloitte Haskins & Sells have to say?
This is a key positive point for Just Dial. The auditors Deloitte Haskins & Sells LLP have issued an unmodified opinion on the audited financial results for the year ended March 31st, 2025. This means they found the financial statements give a true and fair view and are free from material misstatement, complying with Indian accounting standards and SEBI regulations.
So no qualifications, no adverse opinions, no emphasis of matter paragraphs raising major concerns?
Exactly. It's a clean audit report for the annual results. They did include an other matters paragraph regarding the Q4 figures being balancing figures, which is standard practice, and they explicitly stated their report is not modified in respect of this matter, so a clean bill of health from the auditors on the annual financials.
That's definitely reassuring for investors. Okay, wrapping up, what's the overall outlook and potential risks based on this report?
Disclaimer: as always, we advise investors to consult with certified financial advisors before making any investment decisions. Based purely on these results, the outlook appears positive. Just Dial has demonstrated strong growth, excellent profitability, robust cash generation, and maintains a healthy balance sheet with significant investment assets. The clean audit report adds further confidence.
And the risks?
Potential risks could include increased competition in the digital search and listing space, dependency on overall economic activity which impacts advertising, spending from businesses, and potential volatility in their investment income given its significant contribution to other income. Maintaining the growth trajectory in core operations will be key.
Great analysis with the corrected scale. So to summarize, Just Dial delivered a strong performance in financial year 2025, with significant growth in revenue, over 1,100 crore rupees, and profits, over 580 crore rupees, much improved margins, and a healthy financial position backed by substantial investments, nearly 5,000 crore rupees, and operating cash flow. It operates as a single segment and importantly received a clean, unmodified audit opinion on its standalone results. The contribution from investment activities via other income, around 386 crore rupees, is notably high.
That's right. A solid year for Just Dial based on these audited numbers, reflecting performance in the hundreds to low thousands of crores, with the clean audit report being a significant positive takeaway.
Fantastic. Thanks for breaking that down for us. And thank you all for tuning in. Join us next time for another deep dive into company financials.